Hey, hi, hello. Okay, guys, do you hear me? Just let me know if the sound works. If it does, just check. Yeah. Okay, great. So, let me know anytime if there is a problem with the sound or with anything. It's my first time doing a live. So, yeah, well, as I explained in my other videos, I usually wait for the first 4 candles. I don't know why the price is not updating here on my MetaTrader is already kicking in. So I think I will just display the MetaTrader 5 for now. Okay, so we will get back. We will get to trading view. Okay, so I will just let's go to a so I'm using a an indicator. Here is the weekly separator. Okay, so every separator like this is a Sunday / Monday, depending on your time zone, is the first the weekly opening. Okay, so it's the first day of the week, the first 15 minutes, because we are in M15. Okay. As I said, the strategy I use works in M15 at the market opening. So as always, the rule is count the 4 first candles, 1, 2, 3, 4, and mark the channel. If you watch my other videos, you should already know this. Okay, so this is just a quick example like this. How many points this one has? Let's see. This channel has 1,400, so I can expand it. In this case, upwards, because the one of the candles closed above, in this case above my channel, so I can expand it the same size up. So I usually use this one. Okay, and this is a trade I took last week, and I made about 20% gain. So here we can just drag this up, this here. Okay, just delete this one, and now we have the neutral zone. Okay, just write it this time just to make sure of what we are talking about. So once you have the neutral zone, you wait for the price to close. It's really important to close outside the neutral zone. Okay, I mean, I'm saying you have to, but this is what I do. I should maybe correct myself and say I should wait for the price to close outside, because obviously I cannot give you financial advice. And so yeah, I have to keep correcting myself. So in this case, as the price closed here below, I just measured twice the size of the neutral zone down now. The price went down. Okay, and I did a sale, and the sale was successful. So I call this 2 levels. So the expansion of the neutral zone to place my take profit, it's in levels. So that's 1 level, and that's 2 level. At the beginning of the week, the open market, I always target 2 levels. Okay, and the stop loss is always outside the box. Okay, so if you wait a little bit, you can see that I was successful. Okay, this technique, so this strategy is called the cycle theory. It runs in cycles, and you might understand why in a bit. So let's say that maybe I missed the opening market, okay, or I didn't miss it, but I want to trade, let's say, on the opening of Tuesday and on the opening of Wednesday. I could do it with the same channel technique, but not in M15. So that's the difference. We will have to change the graph. Okay, let me just check the chat. Yeah, great. Hi, Carlos. So let me show you here. Since this is the opening of the first day of the week, I will just check where is, for example, Tuesday, the first hour of Tuesday. Where is it? It is here. Are you sure? Okay, so I'm switching now to 5-minute chart. Where's my line now? Okay, I lost my line. Yeah, it's not visible in 5M, so I'll have to redraw it. So where is the first candle of Tuesday? Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yep. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, let's Tuesday midnight. Okay. All right, let me just expand this because otherwise it's super small. I cannot even see it myself. Yeah, trading view, it's kind of yeah. Okay, here we are. All right. So the cycle theory says that even if you lost the opening, the weekly opening, or if you want to trade another day of the week at the opening, always at the opening, well, it's possible, but this should be done in the 5-minute chart. So the technique is the same. So it's 4 first candles, 1, 2, 3, 4. In this case, it's super tight, super tight. So here I can consider the wicks. Okay, you see, and here again, the wicks. All right, I will just measure it quickly just to see, because in M5 you can have channels of 300 points only, because you are in M5, you know, I mean, minimum 300 points. In M15, if you have 300 points, it's really, really small. So in this case, 600 point is fine. I can expand it in the direction where the next candle closes. So in this case, it's here. And here we have the case of this. This will give us a stop loss, maybe two. So just expand it once here. Okay, that's one. And now I should technically take the trade once the price closes outside the box. So in this case, it closed here, but here, as we can see, even with the stop loss outside the box, it will be hit. Okay, this is why I do not trade during the week, because the movements are different. The trend is kind of deciding where it goes. It's, you know, it's volatility, it's news, and it's risky. It's risky. I consider it as gambling, and I don't want to do it. So I just trade the opening, because the opening is much more secure, I would say, although there is nothing 100% secure. But last year, so the last 52 weeks, we have done I said we and some other traders, we did a back test on this strategy, and over 52 weeks, we got only 2 weeks with a stop loss hit. So and I'm talking only trading the opening, so on Monday, Sunday, Monday. Okay. Now here, even if I expand, you will see it will hit the stop loss, and then even if I try to reverse the the trade to recoup, I will get a stop loss again. So that's the second one, and the strategy says at 2 stop losses, you just close your terminal and you don't trade anymore for the week. All right. In this case, this happened, unfortunately, and usually this happens because of these tiny bodies, you know, at opening. If they were bigger, it's safer. So as I said in one of the previous videos, the size of the body is really important. So if the body, or the four first candles with their body, they do not reach 500 point at least, it's becoming dangerous for me to trade. And if they are more than 4,000 points on the other side, it is dangerous too. So in these cases, this is, you know, as it's called, discretion. You know, you need your own discretion. So my advice is trading only. I trade only at the market opening. Although I can, you know, I chose this one. You know, this one was unfortunate, but if I take another day, let's say I can take even when, let's say on Thursday here, maybe. Where's the first? Where's the first? Where's the first? Okay, it will be somewhere here. Yeah. Okay, this one. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. So same thing. Same thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's okay. That's my channel. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And I have a 500 point channel. That's fine. The the the, the the candle, the first candle that closed outside the box is this one. So I can expand it downwards once. So like this, my channel now has about 1,000 points. And now the strategy says the next candle that closes outside the box, in this case is this one, I can take the trade. This is M5 on a Thursday at opening. So here I will place a sale. Here it's a little, how can I say, it's controversial because we have this spike. So depending, if you put your stop loss really tight to the channel, you might get stopped. Just give it a little room to breathe like this, okay? And then you expand twice down, and here you see that even 3, 4, even 5 times the the expansion. But again, it might work for everyday trading. I believe the win ratio with this strategy on M5 works as well, like 80–90% of time is right. But again, I don't do it because I get too much involved and it becomes gambling. You know, I get too addicted and I don't like this. So this can cause serious problems. I try to control myself and to control my personal finances. So I can trade once a week. I force myself to trade once a week only and keep my gains. I don't want to give them back to the market. Okay, let's change. Let's switch real quick here to see how the price is going. Well, to reuse the channel through the week, not really, because that's what I was saying. So at the market opening, so you have your channel that was based on the first four 15-minute candles. So it's not really reusable. Throughout the week, the M5 chart can be used for this, as I said. So, and always at the market opening. Now, I don't know if I can call him my mentor. He just invented another way of doing it, and it's also it's really, for me, it's kind of, it feels like gambling too, but he says it respects the cycle and it works 90% of the time. So the technique is still in M5, and you can choose any place on the graph just randomly, randomly like this, and then you can count 1, 2, 3, 4. You mark your channel. It's not weekly opening, it's not daily opening, nothing like this. It's just random. You can make your expansion, and then here you see it works. This is what he says. And then if we go to another random place, let's see another random, just to let's say which one? Let's say this here, like this. That's that's on a Thursday at 6:55 a.m. Let's count here. Let's do the test. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's this. Okay, that's my channel. I believe it's in the range of my points. Yeah, it's 500 points. So I can expand it upwards here once. Like this. Okay. So that's the expansion. I don't know why I put 3 lines, but anyway. And here, you see the next one closed below. So I could take a trade, expand twice down here, and you see, I could have got stopped depending on the size of my stop loss. So you see, for this time, it didn't really work out. But don't forget, the strategy has the reverse mode. So each time I get stopped like this, it didn't reach my 2-level take profit, and I get stopped. What happens is that I change. So here I would have entered a long and get stopped again. So that's 2 stops, and I will just stop my my trading. Okay. So, and again, this, I just gave you an example of on a random position. So he says that it works 80 to 90% of the time. Let's see, maybe another one. Let's say randomly like this. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and here we will still have a problem too. So really, maybe, because sometimes it looks like it's gonna be short, but really it's not. So maybe he is right, my mentor. Okay, so that's the expansion. Just got this one. So the next one to close outside is this one. I could take a short sale, stop loss outside the box here like this, and I would put my my take profit at usually one level. During the week is one level. Okay, 2 level is too much. During the week is 1 level. So yeah, in this case I could have but again you see here, so let's say I place 2 levels during the week and I get stopped. In this case the reverse mode works. Okay, I just reverse the hand and I get it here. Okay, but again for me it feels too much like gambling. Okay, so I only use at the weekly opening. Let's see, so it's full. Yeah, we don't even have to. We don't even have to. Fully full. Put the trading view back in. So yeah, on trading view it's kind of the same. So let's see, 10 points. Yeah, 1200 already. Hopefully we keep it like this. Let me explain a little bit about this line here that I draw. So this is my weekly chart, and this white line that you see here is the opening price in January. Here, this one. So the price opened in January at this price here, and I am analyzing the weekly charts with the cycle theory. Okay, so this is my channel, all right, and this could be kind of a neutral zone, and as you can see the price closed below my neutral zone on the weekly chart. Okay, so this tells me that technically the gold price, I don't have enough space, so technically the gold price could reach this region here in the next few weeks. So I told this online on Reddit. I follow a few communities there, trading communities, traders analyzing gold price, and they kind of have the same level, the same mark here on the weekly and the daily chart. So that's an important support resist. Now it became a resistance. So with my cycle theory, I can say that the price could get here, okay, in the next few weeks. So we could see potentially a bearish week this week now, and the next one, and maybe until the end of July. Who knows? Okay, so let me get back on the 15 minutes. Let's see on the chat what is happening on the chat. Okay. All right. Okay. So I hope I have answered your question on if you can reuse the channel throughout the week. So unfortunately, not the first one with the 4 15-minute candles. No, these ones are all used ones. If you want to analyze the chart during the week, you should use M5 and select the first 4 candles at the daily opening now. So it's not a weekly opening in M5, it's daily opening. Again, might work, might not work. I only trust the opening week. So yeah, we still have about 27 minutes until the first channel fully forms. So until then, I will maybe just let it go. If you have any other questions or any other doubts, just let me know in the chat. But yeah, one thing I would like to point out too. So sometimes the trade takes a long time. It could take one whole day. So I could end up with an open trade overnight from let's say Monday to Tuesday. And in that case, just to make sure that the price is going my way. So let's say I have just randomly here, I have my channel, I have my sale here, let's say, and we arrive at the let's say here is the next day. I will draw in M5. I will draw again the channels to see where the price tends to go, to help me understand if I could maybe get a stop loss. Okay, but it's really rare to happen. So as I said, the last 52 weeks, there were only 2 weeks in in the red, you know. And when I say in the red, I never allow myself to lose per stop loss more than a week profit, because if I start losing more than a week profit, it's becoming catastrophic. So yeah, that's my, for gold, that's my only strategy. That's the only one I trust for me. For the forex, I do have another strategy for the pairs. I can show you quickly here. Let's say Euro USD and Oanda. I don't trade with Oanda, but Oanda has some decent prices, and you know, they don't have too many slips and spikes and stuff like this. So if I was to trade, if I wanted to trade, I did trade before the currency pairs in forex. I usually used the daily to analyze it. So I don't know, wait, oh yeah. So I use the daily chart for the pairs, the currency pairs. It's a really, really stupid technique. It's stupidly simple, but it works. Let me show you this one. This one goes like this. That's resistance. And that's a support. Okay, easy enough. Still here. What I say, for me, when I see the price coming here inside, I say, okay, the price might hit here and go back up. So once the price hits here, I could take a trade, a long trade, a buy, and put my take profit here. I just analyze it a little bit with, you know, watching the price action. If you are familiar with price action, because you still need to understand how price action works. So basically, if you have, you know, here you have highs, and here you have highs as well, but these are lower than these ones. So you start having lower highs each time, so the trend is down, you know. So if the price gets here, and then it gets here, and then it gets here, and then it gets here like this, then now what happens, you have a lower high, a lower high, and suddenly a higher high, higher than this one. So it could go up again, you know. The best part is that even if the price doesn't respect my trade and goes against me, so let's say the price goes down here, what I do is, so let's say I did a long here, okay, with my target up here, okay. I don't use stop loss, and before, so at the same time, I would say I place my buy here, I will put a sell order down here, no stop loss. I put a sell order here. So let me get the support resistance again. So I identify, oh look, I identified that the, oh crap, the next level, you see it's around here, so I just around, I would take more like this one, these spikes here, okay, and I just project them here. Now I know where my take profit for the sale goes if the price goes against me. So let's say the price entered here, triggered, so I took the buy because I believe it go up, but in fact it goes down. I leave this one open and my sell triggers too, so it goes down and it reaches the support here. So what could happen now? Okay, so this one I took a profit on it, okay, so it's gone. What can I do now, because now I'm negative here? Well, I think the same thing again. If it reached the support, it might bounce back. But now I don't need it to bounce back all the way up. I just need it to bounce back halfway. Because if I have halfway here and halfway here, it will cancel, you know. So I take a long here, okay, and I put my take profit just halfway, okay. No stop loss again, because if it goes against me again, I'll place a sale again. And let's say the price goes up. Here I'm making, let's say, $50. Here I'm losing $50. I close both, break even, plus the winning trade on the sale that I did. So that's my dumb strategy for forex pairs. Now I have a kryptonite, the Japanese yen. I don't touch it anymore. I blew up bad an account because of the freaking bank problem they had, and my orders were blocked, were open for 2 months. For 2 months, they had that problems with the bonds and the American banks who couldn't buy their bonds anymore, something like this. It was a complete mess, so I don't touch the Japanese yen ever again. Okay, so if you are interested in this analysis, I could I can make a video on it, and you see that in many cases, usually the price has to go up or down. You know, it never stays sideways. So here you see it hits the resistance and it came back, and here it hits the support and went up, not all the way up. So we could say, and you see that it's recurring here. So this might be an intermediate resistance here. So I could even consider this one. You know, so if the price comes here, I could place a buy with a take profit here. You see, and this one kind of makes more sense because it's kind of the same space here and here, just in case of of the price going against me, and I would need to trigger a hedge. That's the name. So it's hedging. You don't have a stop loss. But you have a you have a sale against your own buy. You know, you have a long against your own short. That's a hedging. You know, that's a direct hedge. So yeah, let's see the third candle must be forming now. I would say maybe choose, you know, um, the most common, the most liquid one. So the Euro USDs, the Euro USDs, the GBPs, you know, um, all the other exotic ones like New Zealand Swiss francs and stuff like you know, Canadian Swiss franc. It's yeah. The thing is with these ones is the conversion, because you open the trade in dollars, so you see you see the problem here. It has to convert in Canadian dollars and then in Swiss francs and then back in Canadian dollar. I mean, it's yeah, there are too many moving parts, you know, too many steps. So I prefer the most common ones, you know, the euros and the USDs, and I just apply this basic technique. If you want to see more, actually, the guy who showed me this one is Mitron. I remember. Um, I think I even spoke with him once. But yeah, that's really basic. There is no liquidity trap and silver bullets, order blocks, and money manipulation and stuff like this. And you know, and the government is watching you to hit your stop losses. No, nothing like this. You know, many people they manage to have some nice income. I'm not saying millionaires, but a nice income from trading. You know, if you have discipline and you don't gamble your account, you content yourself with what you made for the week. You know, once you hit your targets, then yeah. Now, obviously, trading is not a get rich quick scheme. So yeah, it's a nice way to make a living, I would say, if it's possible, if you manage it. Those who manage to make a living out of it, yeah, it's really nice, because you don't have to work other jobs anymore, you know, the 9 to 5 and stuff like this. But yeah, we are reaching the end of the hour. this music. All right, so welcome for those who are, for the person who just joined now. It's my first live, so forgive me if it's not perfect. For Buzz podcast, I hope I answered your question on the other strategies. So yeah, we are just waiting now for the show. So I am still connected with my mentor. So he has a Telegram channel where we can see him doing the marks as well. You know, marking the graphs, analyzing the graphs. He has really great analysis, and he's a really nice trader. He does have a company, a prop company as well, but everything is in Portuguese because he's Brazilian. If anyone is interested, I can share his YouTube channel. about the same. Almost the same, yeah. It's fine. Okay, let's see, hopefully next candle will decide the direction of the expansion, and I could maybe go to sleep, but yeah, let's see. I'll just wait for this one and the other candle, and then if we don't come to an expansion now, I will just film it and then post it afterwards. Now, yeah, this is the case. This is really annoying because, as you can see, it really closed. Yeah. No, it's not too close to the line. Yeah. I can make I can expand upwards now. So we have. Okay, so in the first 1 hour 15 minutes, we have the first expansion of the cycle. Visualize where the channel opened. Okay, let's see. If this one stays here inside, then yeah, it's confirmed. This block is the neutral zone. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. In the next 15 minutes, yeah, I think I will just wait for this one to close. And I will just end the session for today, and for the rest, just for you guys to follow up. I will just publish a short YouTube video to show how it went. Because now the next step is waiting for a candle to close outside this box. Now, as you can see, let's say this is the neutral zone. We are really close to the weekly resistance here. So my bet is the price will kind of zigzag inside the neutral zone, but it will still go down. That's my bet. That's how I see things. But let's see how the candle behaves. Let's see where they close on the upper side or the lower side. I think I can confirm this is the candle closed really close to the to my channel line here. So it can be argued. But let's see if this one stays inside here. It's a good sign. And then I can just erase the slide and call the whole zone the neutral zone. I will start from here to correct myself anytime. Let's see what the guys say. How they see things. still have 8 minutes left, but I think the candle will stay up. Anyway, the price still has some room to travel, to do its thing. So I don't decide anything. The market does, and I just adapt myself to it, placing channels, lines wherever I think they need to be. And this helps me visualize how where the price might go, and hopefully to make some money. Oh, I got it now. A valid close. It is because the rule says once, so after the fourth candle in, so the next one that closes outside these lines should be valid, but again, there is some level of discretion in any strategy. Still discretion. There is no 100% automatic system, you know. So here I see it is valid. But I would be happy if the sixth candle, this one, could close here as well, because it would be a much stronger confirmation, you know, because it's really close. So, you know, it might be, you know, I don't know, but as I say, I will still consider it without a doubt, because even if I get myself stopped when I trade, I will just reverse it. And I know that on opening weeks, at the weekly opening, usually 90% of the time for me, I know how to deal with stops. So I get one stop, I switch, I reverse, so I enter reverse mode, and I can just make my lost money back, at least make my lost money back, you know. And after that, so at the weekly opening, if the trade just goes straight into the take profit, that's fine. Close the terminal, I'm done for the week. If I have one stop loss, I enter the reverse mode. Once the reverse mode hit my take profit, close the terminal, I'm done for the week. If I have two stop losses, one after the other, I close the terminal and I'm done. That's my law. Okay, this is how I manage risk. Okay, just this is to avoid, you know, yeah, but during the week, you know, the price can do this and can do that. Yeah, but it's not for me. Not everything is for me. You know, not everything is for us. You know, I can work my way at the beginning here, as we are seeing here, as I'm doing, and whatever happens during the week, I just leave it for the others. You know, there are millions of traders in the world, so I leave it to them. This candle, yeah, it looks like it will stay there. Well, this scenario here it just, you know, if you know a little bit of if you know a little bit of price action, this actually, as you said, isn't it a valid close? I think it is, because in price action, look what happens. So you get a lower high, a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, lower high, a little higher low. That's a lower again, lower high, and then the price might just go down, you know. Might be like this. This is why the price is kind of struggling to go upwards. So also we have this important resistance here. So the price might respect it. This is why we see this. So I'm just waiting. I just hope. Yeah, you see. So the price will close here inside. So this is kind of, for me, it feels like the price is reaching exhaustion. You know, here inside this this zone. I don't think it will stay too long in this expansion here. It might go. It might come back really quickly. So yeah, and obviously, if let's say uh, let's say everything goes well and one of the candles close here outside on the downside, I will just put my trade like this, stop loss here above these highs. You know, I always search for previous highs, previous you know, pokes like this, tops like this, so I can just put, because sometimes the price can repeat these spikes. So I just put it outside my neutral zone, expand the neutral zone twice because it's the opening week, so it's twice, and take profit just a little bit before, even though I feel, but I'm not crazy, I feel I could get 3 levels instead of 2, but 2 levels for me, it's enough. It's almost, it's 5,000 points. At 0.02 lots, it's $100. Well, I will probably enter with a 0.04, 0.05 maybe. Let's see how confident I am. Yeah, and it closed here inside. Let's see. Yes. Okay, so that's confirmed. Just take away the line there, and just so you see it and it's on the record. That's the neutral zone now. Okay, that's my neutral zone. Can I? Yeah. All right, so now I will just wait for the price to get out of this neutral zone. As I said, my bet is we'll end up down here because of the strong resistance here. But yeah, so the so what I will do now is to just wait for it myself. I will just end this this session, and once the price decides its way, I will just film it and post it on YouTube. All right, so thank you very much for those who were here, especially to Buzz podcast. Been here the whole session. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.